Hello everyone. Today I've come down to photograph the Groynes. Fantastic location down here. There's 3 or 4 Groynes that you can choose from, and I'm going to pick one in a moment. Hopefully, with the tide coming in, we'll get nice long exposure shots, and also always praying for a sunset. The clouds are looking pretty good, so we'll have to wait and see what comes. Well, lo and behold, I get down to one of the Groynes. Derek, my pal, I've not seen him in a while, and he's down here already. So it's going to have a good catch up as well. Decided in this here particular Groyne, going to get set up. There's cracking little posts sticking out, and they're going to be a point of interest, and then the Groyne going out. So going to get things set up before the tide comes fully in. Composition that I've settled upon is getting down pretty low with the Groyne going out, and the stumps that's coming at the end of the struts, I'm going to be focusing on that there. So as I said, I want to get down nice and low, get into position and get ready and get a few shots. So one of the filters that I'm going to be using is my Lee polarizer to take the glare away from the water. So I'll get that on first of all, making sure I don't throw up nothing in the sand. It's good to see most of the people now are disappearing. And the tide is coming in pretty fast. Really loving this here Ben Rowe geared head. Makes everything so precise and easy. Right, so I'm making sure that my composition is pretty level. Want the Groyne going out to the point at the post at the end, and that there is going to be then further into infinity. There seems to be a bit of a har towards Fife. We'll see, does that make a difference to the actual sunset that we're not that far away from. Now what I'm getting at the moment, I've only got the polarizer on and a 0.630 hard age grad. I'm watching this water, but I don't want to get wet yet. So I've not put on a 3-stop or a 6-stop or anything at the moment, because I'm liking the roll. It's timing the water coming in, and I'm getting a nice blur going out. I'm really liking these shots, but I'm waiting to get soaked in a moment. The whole idea at the moment is getting the water kind of going out or in whenever it's not too big a wave. You'll see it in the shots that I take on a 2-second time shutter release, and I'm really liking what I'm getting here at the moment. It's definitely something to work on. So I'm going to put on a 3-stop filter in a moment to see what I can come up with there. What I'm going to do now then is put in my 3-stop. That's going to increase the shutter speed. So still f11. It's unless something dictates a change, I always shoot most of my stuff on f11. The shutter speed is going to vary, because then that there's going to determine or help have a longer shutter speed. Still pretty dark at the moment. Right, going to put the shutter speed up to a 2-second shutter speed and time the waves coming in. Yep, I'm liking that as well. As it gets darker, then having a 6-stop, it's going to be too long exposure. I don't want a pure milky shot, and that's where the 3-stop filter really comes into its own, either sunrise or sunsets, because then you're getting the right amount of speed. Speed is timing with water. It's all about the speed. So I think I'm going to have to possibly move back again very shortly. And the clouds are still looking pretty promising, as long as over in the west coast of Scotland nothing's going to prevent that there sun dipping down and lighting up those clouds. So I'm going to get a few more shots before I actually do get wet. Well, I think I've got enough shots at the moment of the groin. Now it's a case of, is that their sun, once it dips down below the clouds, is it going to lighten up? Really enjoyed being down here. It's been ages since I photographed the groins. As I said, Portobello, just outside Edinburgh. Easy to get to. However, there's come at weekends at your peril. There's loads of people, and rightly so. It's a place here for families, dog walkers, everything. So that's what you have to contend with. It's not such a tranquil place unless you come here in the summer for a sunrise. Looking pretty good. However, the shots at the moment from the back of the camera, I do prefer the ones with the 0.6 medium grad on, or hard grad on, rather than the ones with the 3-stop. So I'll probably chop and change it to see what I can come up with. Hopefully I'll be able to pull a bit of colour out of the clouds. So not the sunset that we both had hoped for. However, a little bit of colour there. Really good to be out. Getting a nice flow coming in with the 3-stop. It's given me that there shot that I came for. Whenever the water's on its way out, that's what I'm trying to time my shots for. Should have brought the wellies, but I didn't bring them, so the feet are going to end up getting wet. I don't want to move away from the location at the moment, because the composition, I feel it's a very strong one, with the anchor point of the post in the water. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, so I can't really go back and edit these shots to see what I come up with. I don't like taking loads of thousands of shots when I go out. The way I look at it, the less shots that I take, if I get it right, less time in the editing. I'll probably pick 1 or 2 of the images from this evening and then edit them. That was a wet one. Probably one of the better ones. I got it at the time going sweeping out back into the sea. Well, sunset has came and gone. Unfortunately, the sky didn't lighten up the way that we had hoped for. However, still getting some cracking shots here. Portobello Beach, definitely worthwhile coming down to. It's good that these groins have a cracking leading line straight into the pillar at the end. Still using the same setup, however, instead of going down low, this time I came up. One of the reasons to avoid the splash from the water. Tide's coming in pretty fiercely at the moment, and the last thing I want to do is get the lens or the camera covered in salt water. Well, I'll be packing up very shortly, heading on up the beach to see if there's anything else that catches my eye. What I have found from this evening now, the water on its way out, that there is giving me a better flow, better look on the image. At the moment, I'm up to an 8-second exposure because it is getting pretty dark at the moment, and I'm getting a nice little bit of swirl round the base of the groins and the post as well. There's the feet again. I'll learn for the next time. Well, as you can see, I had a good evening out, and it was a good catch up with my pal Derek also. Now, once I got looking at my images the next day, I did notice that the verticals weren't straight. It could be down to using a 16 to 35mm lens. I was pretty close to the groins themselves. Now, if you had a tilt and shift lens, yep, you don't have to worry about verticals, because you can do that there within the lens and then camera. However, one of my favourite lenses is the Nikon 16 to 35. So I'm just going to show you a quick way how to straighten those verticals. Very simple thing to do. The only thing, once you do change the verticals, something else in the image has to give. So there is going to be a bit of a crop needed to put that there right. So I'll just quickly show you that there, and then I'll show you the images that I had taken that evening. And for now, thank you very much for watching. Now, this here's the image that I've decided to show you how to quickly and easily sort out the verticals so that they are actually vertical and straight. As you can see here on the groin, it is laying backwards. That there's all down to the lens that I was using. 16 to 35 at the widest point, that lens, there is going to be a bit of distortion. Not even Photoshop and the lens correction can adjust that amount. If you had a tilt and shift lens, yep, not an issue. However, I don't have a tilt and shift image or lens. First thing we then do, background copy. Always work on a layer or a copy to make sure that any mistakes that you make, you can easily take back if need be. You then go to edit, down to transform. Now, I mostly go between perspective and distort, depending on what you're actually doing. Depends on the image. So in this case, perspective. And what that does, as you can see around the border, there's little grab points. So in this case, the image is laying to the right hand side. So I want to bring it to the left. Now, as you can see, that is making a huge difference to the image. Another thing that you're going to notice, we're going to lose a lot of the image. Whenever you do something in Photoshop, if you take something, you have to give something back. And in this case, it is quite a bit of the image that I'm taking away. Can't do nothing about that if I want the vertical straight. Just check everything else. I'm quite happy with what we've got. If you're happy, tick. It's not the tick button. And then what we need to do is crop the image in. So as you can see, losing quite a bit of the image, but not too much. Because the main focus is the groin itself and the anchor point of the stump. I'm going to lose part of this here because at the moment I feel that image is unbalanced. Now, once you start cropping too much of an image away, then if it's too much, you may get a lot of noise. I'm fortunate enough to have a Nikon. The megapixels in this case, they do play a big part, for you can get away with cropping in pretty close. Having a last look at this here, kind of squeeze it in so that the sky is on that third. We've got the groin, main part of the groin, and that particular third, and a little bit of water. To me, that there is pleasing to the eye. So what I'm then going to do is crop that particular image right there. What I might do in a moment or two, bit of dodging and burning to maybe bring out a little bit more detail, for there's a lot of dark shadows there, but I'll see what that there looks like. The main part of this here was a quick edit on how to sort out the verticals. Simple thing to do. Now, last thing for me to mention is thank you very much for watching my blog. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments, please write them below. But so far, well, so much. Thank you very much for watching.